let's keep moving here. I just want to talk about another movie we got a trailer for. It's Miyazaki, his final film. This is the director of Princess Mononoke. What else? What's the other one I'm blanking
Spirited
on?
Away
Spirited Away.
and a bunch of
So,
others.
bunch of others. So, Boy and the Heron, going to be his final film, coming out December 8th. I've seen the trailer. I don't think Ricky has had a chance to watch it. It looks a lot darker than a Spirited Away or Princess Mononoke. And at times, like a Spirited Away can get a little bit dark, and it's kind of high level for like a young viewer. And I was curious. This is Miyazaki's last film, so I'm just quick question, fired off here. Is this movie, since it's Miyazaki's final film, could it challenge Spider-Verse for best animated feature if it's a
Yes.
masterpiece?
The answer is yes, because everything Miyazaki does is a masterpiece. And I was gonna give you a crazier question, but I'll put that to the side right now. He is so influential, and Across the Spider-Verse is influential. Into the Spider-Verse, I should say, just like that whole genre with the 2D, 3D animation style and everything going on there. But with the bad backlash that Phil Lord and Chris Miller has gotten recently, with the overworking, Miyazaki, who's done this for over 20 years, 25 years, just plugging away, not getting the Spirited Away did get like, and Mononoke did get like the praise and deserved, and he gets like a lot of praise, but he doesn't get like the platform that like a Phil Lord, Chris Miller are getting with Across the Spider-Verse. So it would be so Oscars to be like, oh, last time out, just give it to him. But will it have a big enough platform to kind of like get an Oscar run, get a campaign, versus like a big comic book movie that isn't too comic book feels that already has an Oscar in its bag recently? It does, it does throw it into question. So I think it's a great question, and I wouldn't be surprised either way.
December 8th release, so closer to the
Big,
Oscars.
yeah.
We are now months and months past Across the Spider-Verse being released. We talk about how ambitious Spider-Verse is, but there's no denying it's still a superhero movie. And we know what the Oscars think about superhero movies, even if it's an animated form. I think when you compare Miyazaki to Phil Lord and Chris Miller, I would think voters would lean towards Miyazaki immediately. It's almost like, how could you ever think about going against Miyazaki, the
Into
guy
the
who
Spider Verse
did
already got the
Spirited
awards. Give
Away?
this one to
It's a
Miyazaki.
sequel, right? Good point. And Ricky Flex, I did want to bring up this quote from uh, what's his face, from Phil Lord. So there's been a lot of accusations, talk about bad press regarding the behind the scenes of Across the Spider-Verse, long working hours. These guys are chained to their desks. They're working 25 out of 24 hours. They're calling Phil Lord Master Lord, and they're calling Miller, right, King Miller. Phil Lord actually had a quote here, response to the reports on the working conditions. He said, quote, "That was a really hard movie to make. We're really, really proud of how hard everybody worked. It was very demanding, but we're just really proud of the crew." That sounds like, yo, wait, we put these people to work, buddy. And that did not sound like a denial. It just sounded like, hey, it paid off.
We put him through hell, but look what you got. That's kind
Yeah.
of how it felt. And like when you said you chained him to a desk, I was just thinking of Space Jam, Michael Jordan bet. If we lose, I'm gonna be on whatever the Monstars planet and chained to the basketball hoop and just being like a zoo animal for all these aliens. That was just what was going through my mind.
Dance, monkey, dance.
So
Draw me,
not
spider.
not a good quote. At least deny it or subtly deny it. He went the too high route, saying, "Oh, like yeah, they worked hard, trying to sound okay, saying like, oh, I appreciate all the work they did for our movie," but doing that makes you look like such an a-hole for what you actually put him through. So like I think he had the best intentions, but put himself in a box.
Yeah, 100%. They don't have the best reputation, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, on movie sets. Them
Just
being
doesn't
fired
help.
from Solo, and you have the working conditions here. I don't think they're going to hit the release date for Beyond the Spider-Verse based on this news, right? Especially like with this stuff going on. I don't think they're going to be working 25 out of 24 hours anymore. I think they might even take their time. I would say it comes out probably 2025. I have a hard time
I,
seeing
I, I was gonna say, do you
2024.
think this comes out next year? I think it might push it.
Yeah, it's a bad look right now. I think they're trying to let like time take care of it, but like every time, like it's like Spider-Verse is in people's consciousness. It's like all over like the news cycles, I should say, the social media cycles all the time. People don't forget about these movies, and then you always have those people in the replies on Twitter. Hey, these people like treated these workers like slaves. Like people are gonna hold you accountable on Twitter, buddy.
We need to remember this for whenever the Beyond the Spider-Verse gets delayed. We need to bring this up. We need to somehow remember this, like put a reminder in our calendars. I don't know how you do it, like once a month. And then whenever that delay happens, we're ready to pounce on this take.
Yeah, 100%. Let's set some notifications. Let's do it for Sony's account probably. Set some
Sony's.
notifications. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. I used to do, I did that when the No Way Home trailers were coming out. I set notifications to Sony, push notifications, and for Tom Holland. Just so
Tom
any new
Holland.
stuff came out, I was like boom, boom,